Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing well. In today's session, we will be learning about how to implement GitHub Auth to our project. Basically here, Auth stands for Open Authentication, in which we can log in and sign up to a website by clicking on just with the help of a GitHub or Auth provider, which will be used by the Auth consumer to create an account or to log in. Basically, the main advantage of Auth is that a user don't need to add any credentials to log in or sign up to any website. So first of all, to create to implement GitHub Auth, we need to create a server. For that, I need to install some packages. First of all, I will install Express, yes, which we will be using to create our server. Till now, let's write some code to import our Express. In Node.js, we use require. We don't use ES6 module export import. Here, Express will be working as a function, so we need to store it at some other variable. To start our server, we need to write our variable name and then we will using dot notation. After that, we have to use listen. Here the first argument will be the port number. I will be using port 8000, and after that I will be running a callback function to tell me that my server is running successfully. So I will be printing running on 8000. Let's save the code and run our file in terminal. So here it is showing running on 8000. So to check if our server is running okay, we can just make a GET request. It will be, and our route will be only flash for that. Our endpoint will be only flash because it will be indicating the home page. It will have request and response. Here I will be just sending a simple response. Welcome. Let's go to our Chrome and search for localhost 8000. See, it is showing welcome. So our server is being created successfully. Now let us just create a HTML file to show some UI. Here I will be having a button which have the text continue with GitHub. We will save it. So I just want to send this GitHub file to an endpoint at to the login endpoint on my server. So here will be the login endpoint. It will have a callback function which have two parameters, request and response. And I will be doing response.send file. Here I will be giving the name of my file index.html. So will it be enough? No, it will give us an error if we trying to go to the login endpoint. It will say no such file or directory start with, and it is showing its relevant or relative path. So here we need to give relative path here. In Node.js, we have a dir name which stands for directory name keyword. So it will give it its relative path. If you click on refresh, then here we can see that our index.html file have been sent. So now let's just go to GitHub Auth, and we will be following the steps of official documentation only. So here it is showing that we need client ID and direct URL, client secret, these things. So for that we have to register our application on GitHub. For that purpose, just go to your GitHub profile, click on the profile icon, go to settings, scroll down and go to developer settings. Here you can see auth apps, click on that one, click on new auth app, give any name. I will be giving it nifty 111. Homepage URL will be 8000. Callback URL will be slash auth slash GitHub. Now we just need to register our application. It is giving us some client ID. We will save it in our code. Now it is also giving, we need to generate a client secret. For that we need to write our password. After entering my password, here it is mentioning a client secret. I will copy it and share it in another variable on client secret. You can generate your own secrets because my secret won't work for you, because after the video I will delete this one. Now let's update the application. See, our application has been registered with GitHub. Now let's just go to here, and in the first of all, in it is showing in the first step that we made a request to GitHub for the authorization. So I need to make a get request on this URL. On this URL I need to make a get request. So for that purpose, I can here on the button, here I can add some JavaScript code and use that on click method, but that will be very hectic. So I will just post all the code in my href attribute, and I will just copy this endpoint and paste it here. Here it is showing something as required. It is showing client ID is required for this operation. So we will be adding client ID. We add things in here like this one, client underscore ID, and we our client ID is here. So I will just copy this one and paste it here. I will save both the files. Now I will make another endpoint for my redirected URL, and it will be a post request slash auth slash GitHub. Callback function will have two parameter, request and response. Here I will be using find success. I will save it. Now just go to our login slash login URL and click on continue with GitHub. So it will be asking some authorization. I will authorize this one. Okay. Okay. So we need to make a get request, not the post one. Okay, we will save it. Now let's just go to again our login page. Click on continue with GitHub. See, it is showing success. And here you can see that we are getting some code here. So using that code, we will be getting an access token, and based on the access token, we will be getting users information. So for that purpose, I need to make a post request in here. For that, I will be using a library named node fetch npm. Using node-fetch library, we can make all the requests in our backend. So just I will install this one. Open another terminal. Enter node fetch. And as we are writing our code in the server side, so I need to copy this line. Then we can make use of our fetch API. Okay, all the things are done, I think. So we need to get the code that is being shown here. So how we can do that? We can console our request, console.log our request parameter. Just refresh this one, and here we can see that we are getting all of the request parameter. Okay, so for we just need to search for the code here. And we have our here query, and in the query we have our code. So we will just saving our code here. Const code, we will use destructuring the object that is request to query, not params, query. Now we will be consoling our code. Let us see what will be the result for that one. Refresh our page, go there, see we are getting code here. So now let's move to the next step. Here we need to make a post request on this URL. Just save this URL in, save the request in a variable. I will be using access token name for that. May I will use making the request using fetch API, using fetch only. Here method will be post and headers. Okay, note capital H. Usually we write content type application JSON, but here we need to add some other code because I don't know why it always gives some error. So here I need to add accept application slash JSON. Now in the body, I need to pass the data JSON.stringify. It will be an object. So here we can see that what we need to pass. All the required things we need to pass in our body. We have client ID, client secret, and color code. So now let's just do that. We need to pass client ID, client secret, and code. Okay, using dot then for that one. Response is equal to response dot JSON. Convert the data in our JSON. Now let's just click on, now that it's console, our access token. Save this one. Just go to our endpoint, refresh the page. Okay, it's showing promise pending. I can use await for that purpose. For that, we need to make the function async. It is giving await because before the response of our API call that we made, we are getting our result. So that's why it is showing pending. For that, I will be using await. Now save it once. Go to our endpoint, refresh it, and okay, it is showing bad verification code. Okay, client secret. Okay, what is JSON to string if I are let us see what wasting we are doing. Copy this thing, pass here, copy client secret. Here it is showing URI interpreting expired. Okay, so our code is being expired. For that purpose, we just need to again click on continue with GitHub. So the code is shown here. It will expire in 10 minutes. It will also return there. One code parameter you provide. See, it is showing that the temporary code will expire after 10 minutes. So the code is being expired. If we check again, see we are getting an 8 access token for that one. Okay, so we are getting access token, but after that we need to get users data. So here we have done access token, it's completed. But in the next step, we need to make an API call on this one, on this users parameter. It will be a get API call, and I will be saving this API call also in a variable named user. Here in API call, we don't need to type any method, but we need to pass our bearer token in the header. So I will be doing the same thing. Pass headers, wrap up all of this in template literals, and I will be passing access token dot. See, our access token is a object, so we need to pass this token there. Just copy the name because we can't afford a mistake at this point. Control V. We can also make this function async a bit. Okay. Then response is equal to response dot JSON to convert our response in JSON file. Now we will be just consoling our user. Save at once. Now let's check what our results are we getting. Go back to login, continue with GitHub, and it will we go to the success message, and here you can see that I have got all the details regarding my Git profile. It has my name, Hardeep, my portfolio website, location, email, my bio, all the things. At which time I have created my account, at which time I have updated my account, following followers, all the things. So that's all for today. In today's session, we have learned about how to implement GitHub auth in our project in a simple way. So thank you for your time.